but I just wanted to come in and say hello and say a couple things. First of all, I saw how wonderful it is to honor Lynn Woolsey here today. I was a staffer on Capitol Hill for Congressman Jose Serrano, who was a member of the Progressive Caucus, and really looked up to you. And I just want to say how much I appreciate all the leadership you've shown on a national level to help advance important progressive causes. So I just want to thank you for a quick update from Sacramento to talk about some of the things that have been happening there. We obviously we just started a new session at the beginning of January, and I wanted to tell you about a couple pretty interesting bills and things that are moving through the legislature right now. I joined the President Pro Tem of the Senate, a group of Democratic members of the Senate, in addition to a whole group of people from the environmental community and also from labor, to introduce SB 350, which is a Senate Bill 350. You can remember it because it involves three separate 50s. So let's go through them. 50% renewable portfolio standard by 2030. So that's making sure that by 2030, 50% of all of our energy will be coming from, all of our electricity will be coming from renewable sources. 50% reduction in petroleum use statewide by 2030. And then finally, 50%. I know, it's good, right?
Sorry.
We got it.
I also teach environmental politics.
Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. So check this out. It's a very interesting. It's a really innovative bill, and we're really excited about it. The other thing is 50% increase in energy efficiency in all of our buildings around the state by 2030. So aggressive goals, aggressive targets. We're going to get a lot of pushback, a lot of people saying it can't be done. But it's doable. When we wrote when Fran Pavley pushed AB 32 through the legislature about 10 years ago, everyone kicked and screamed, said this would send the California economy into a tailspin that we'd never get out of. And yet, as a result of that legislation, California has now become the worldwide leader in green energy and solar power, and people are now turning to us from all over the world and helping our businesses, giving business to our businesses, because they're so interested in the technology that we've been able to develop and build here in California. So that's the progressive leadership that actually can keep us at the forefront of the economic game. Because as other countries are starting to see how much the old reliance on fossil fuels is impacting their air quality, is impacting their health. I mean, all the folks in China are finally starting to see what a problem they have on their hands. The government officials don't want to even raise their kids in Beijing because of the incredible, because it's so polluted. And they're now turning to us. We've already been meeting with folks from China who've been coming to us to say, what can you tell us about ways that we can be using green energy, and what can we do right now to get some of the solar power and solar energy and green energy onto our grid. So that's very exciting. So we're involved with that effort. I'm looking to put in a bill that will probably quintuple the requirements of biogas. So this is gas from renewable sources. So this is the gas that we are able to get from landfills and water recycling and that sort of thing, to try to encourage more renewable gas sources as part of this renewable portfolio standard and petroleum reduction push that we're trying to work on. We've also, another big important bill I should mention is SB 32, which is Fran Pavley's new bill that she's promoted, which is sort of it's an amendment of AB 32, which seeks to lower our greenhouse gas emissions by, I think it's going to be 90%, 80 or 90% below 1990 levels by 2050. So another very aggressive goal, but a really important goal, and I'm co-sponsoring that bill as well. I'm really excited about that. So some really exciting environmental work going on the Senate Democrat side. There's going to be some pushback. Interestingly, the Senate is actually seems to have become a little more progressive than the Assembly, which is a bit of a shift, and I could talk about some of the reasons for that, but it's exciting to be part of that effort. And just to talk about the economy is finally on the uptick. There's a lot more money that is finally going to start coming through the system. During the governor's budget, he came out with a budget that does very well by K through 12. And well, let me put it this way: it at least gets K-12 will see a pretty significant influx of money. It's still below what K-12 should be getting under Prop 98 and the old formulas, but it's still going to be good. One of the questions is, what are we going to do to make sure that public higher education is well funded? Senate Democrats, once again, we've come out with a bill called SB 15, which calls for an increase in funding for the University of California. The governor is very strangely stingy when it comes to the UC. I don't quite understand what that's all about. He's got a strange set of issues that go way back.
Gavin has been fighting for it.
Right, so we'll be working with them on that. So SB 15, check that out as well. It's really focused on affordability. It's focused on investment and making sure that we don't keep sticking our students with the debt, with increased costs. We're forcing them to leverage themselves like nobody's business. I think it's really hard for for folks who went to school during a different era to understand how much we are asking our young people to put their futures on the line and to leverage their future financial future because of the amount of debt we're asking them to accrue just to be able to obtain a UC degree. It's atrocious. It's not the way to invest in the future. It's not what got California, what made our state great. And I really want to see us do more to really invest in public higher education. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to our wonderful students. I'm so excited to see all your activism and all your advocacy. This is a great event, and I just thank everyone for their time. Thank you so much.
Create a California